If you just smile, 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 smile. We go 10, 9. Sorry, now. Do you know? Okay, everybody, stop. Okay, this is what I'm dealing with. She was on her phone. I said, "Give me the warning when it's going to happen." And she's down there on the phone talking to her friends, having a coffee, doing whatever. And she just goes, "Oh, now." This, my friends, I call you my friends. This is what I have to deal with. It's 8 o'clock on a Sunday. Regular crowd shuffles in. Oh yeah, all right. There's an old man. He's sitting next to me, making love to his tonic and gin. He said, "Son, can you play me a melody? I'm not really sure how it goes, but it's sad and it's sweet, and I knew it complete when I wore a younger man's clothes. La 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 la. Sing us a song, you're the piano man. Sing us a song tonight. Well, we're all in the mood for a melody, and you've got us feeling all right." I hope so. Now, John at the bar, he's a friend of mine. Gets me my drinks for free, and he's quick with a joke, or he'll light up your smoke. But there's some place that he'd rather be. He said, "John, I believe this is killing me," as a smile ran away from his face. "Oh, I know I could be a big movie star if I could get out of this place. La la la, la la la, la la la, la la la, la la." Come on, sing with me now. Sing us a song. Sing us a song. You're the piano man. Sing us a song tonight. Sing us a song tonight. Well, we're all in the mood for a melody, and you've got us feeling all right. He's a real estate novelist. He never had time for a wife, and he's talking with Davy, who's still in Navy, and probably will be for life. Oh, and the waitress is practicing politics as the businessman slowly gets stoned. Well, they're sharing a drink they call loneliness, but it's better than drinking alone for sure. La la la, la la la, la la la, la la la, la la. us a song tonight. Well, we're all in the mood for a melody, and you've got us feeling all right. It's a pretty good crowd for a Saturday. Sunday, that's what I meant. And the manager, well, she sometimes gives me a smile when she can get off her phone. She's on Amazon because she knows that it's me they've been coming to see, to forget about life for a while. Oh, and the piano, it sounds like a carnival, and the microphone, it smells like a beer, and they sit at the bar and put bread in my jar. I say, man, what are you doing here? La la la, la la la. Song tonight. Well, we're all in the mood for a melody, and you've got us feeling all right.
Welcome, everyone.
I started.
And we all caught up with you.
So what was that? Sorry, I didn't hear that. What was that? Oh, yes.
Sorry?
So sorry. So sorry
like
for leaving you out there in the middle of nowhere.
Can I
in
also
cyberspace.
say, I was a little bit distracted because I opened the window a little bit earlier and we got a crane fly that's sort of hovering around your head.
You're blaming the crane fly.
That's
good. That's a good
I just don't want you to try and zap it with the zapper.
Oh, yeah, well, the crane fly, it's the sure sign that we're in September, isn't it?
It is. But there we are.
Well, hello, everybody, and greetings to the 24th of this series of concerts. Concerts, well, they're not really
evenings.
Evenings when you come into our lounge and, this actually, it's
front
not a lounge,
room.
our front study. I like to call it my front study. Other people would call it a library, but there's no books here, so, you know.
Or you could call it...
I could call it a music room.
You could call it a Steinway room.
Oh, let's call it the Steinway room. Do you know, when I named it the Steinway room, but it was an act of pretension that I didn't think would stick.
I know, that's hard to believe.
But I thought, what do I do? You know that one, you know when you think, should I be pretentious? And actually, pretension works for me. You notice, by the way... This
Barney's
is turning
joining
into,
in.
Yeah,
he's joining in.
He's got his
guitar slung around his neck.
I think the thing is that Rachel, who bought this, clearly has an excess of money that she wants to throw at something. So she bought the guitar.
I think she felt that Barney looked like he was a bit left out.
He looked like an idiot. He did.
He wanted to join
okay, one more quick impression. You ready? Here we go. It has to happen every week, for those of you who don't know. My eyes were what made my correct... Look at this, everybody. Can you see that? Can you see that?
Dear.
See it? Jim Reeves. All the greatest hits of Jim Reeves. You can fit them all onto a double CD because they are 1 minute 41 seconds long. And I was going through them and I was going... I was looking for a song for somebody today that I've got to do. And I came across this one. And it just put me right back, and it was they were all pretty much the same. I love you, and then you had to go, I love you because you understand me. Every single thing I try to do. I mean, you're always there to lend a helping hand. How did he ever sing it this high?
Probably didn't.
I love you most. Here it is, Sue. Of all because you're you.
That's me.
They always have these little taglines, don't they?
They do.
Like that. And am I that easy to forget? I love that title. Am I that easy to forget? Who came up with that one? That's a man who's been wronged. I would say so. Am I that easy to forget? This one's a dreadful song. I hear the sound of distant drums. Doesn't get any better than that. Far away, far away. And it just goes on like that. Dum 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 dum, and it will last 1 minute 41 seconds, which to my mind is around about 1 minute 22 long. Now, this one, on the other hand, all right.
Is this the one?
This, I mean, you'll like this one. Right. And there are two songs I'm going to sing of his tonight, I know, and one of them is Sue. Put your sweet lips a little closer to the phone. Let's pretend that we're together all alone.
Ooh. It's in a very high key now.
Okay, that's too high, isn't it? Okay,
Can I just
it's
say,
written in F. He never has sung this.
Jonathan has been playing this without the music for the past 15 years, and now he decides to play it with the music.
Put your sweet lips a little closer. Strangely, it's for me, see? It's for me.
Yeah.
Put your sweet lips a little closer to the phone. Let's pretend that we're together all alone. I'll tell the man
Moment.
to turn the jukebox way down low. And you can tell your friend there with you, he'll have to go. Whisper sweet to me, tell me, do you love me true? Or is he holding you the way I do? Though love is blind, make up your mind, I have to know. Should I hang up, or will you tell him he'll have to go? You can say those words you want to hear while you're with another man. If you want me, answer yes or no. Darling, I will understand. Oh, put your sweet lips a little closer to the phone. Let's pretend that we're together all alone. I'll tell the man to turn the jukebox way down low. And you can tell your friend there with you, he'll have to go. Now, if I find you writing one more thing to Amazon. She's on her phone the whole time. She nearly missed that lead. She nearly missed it.
Can I just say, your son just left a very funny comment.
And what did he say?
He said, Mum's looking very glamorous tonight, unlike Dad, who's wearing his pyjamas.
No, this is a Red Sox.
It's a
baseball outfit. Do you mind? Which one is it? That Dan?
No, Matt.
Matt. Shut up, Matt.
My favourite son.
This one, now, Emily. I'm going to sing a song for Emily because I will do... Oh, no, I've got to do it. No, I've got to do one more.
This last Jim Reeves, you'll be pleased to know. Some of you are loving it and some of you not so keen.
Is that right?
I'm just joking.
Well, that's nice.
So, Leslie Davy, you asked for this because you've got a little person in your life and you just want to welcome her to the world. So, congratulations on your new granddaughter, and we all sing Welcome to Our World.
Welcome to my world. Won't you come on in? Miracles, I guess, still happen now and then. Step into my heart and listen, leave your cares behind. Welcome to my world, built with you in mind. Knock and the door will be open. Seek and you will find. Ask and you will be given the key to this world of mine. I'll be waiting here with my arms unfurled, waiting just for you. Welcome to my world. Knock and the door will be open. Seek and you shall find. Ask and you will be given the key to this world of mine. I'll be waiting here with my arms unfurled, waiting just for you. Welcome to my world. Welcome to my world. See?
Lovely, very smooth. Very smooth.
And that's it. I don't have the letter, do I, from Emily? I don't know where. Do you know where it is?
I probably do if you want me to go and get it. But just to explain to people, we have a very special young lady listening tonight, Emily Bathgate. Welcome, Emily. You are definitely bringing the average age down rather a lot tonight. But
About
we
72
are
years.
very pleased to have you with us. You wrote Jonathan a beautiful letter this week. And so he wanted to sing a special song just for you. And this is the one that he's chosen for you.
I see trees of green, red roses too. I see them bloom for me and for you. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. I see skies of blue and clouds of white, bright blessed day, the dark sacred night. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. Colors of the rainbow, so pretty in the sky, are also on the faces of the people passing by. I see friends shaking hands, saying, how do you do? They're really saying, I love. Oh, I hear babies cry, I watch them grow. They'll learn much more than I'll ever know. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. Oh, Emily, I think to myself, whatever you may see out there, truly, it's a wonderful world. Such a wonderful world. It's a wonderful world.
Oh yes,
King of the
that's
Smooth
rather
today.
beautiful, rather beautiful.
You like
And the funny thing is that I don't know whether you remember the very first week that we did this.
Yeah.
Our lovely neighbour Tracy
Trace.
stuck a note through the door
She
asking
did.
for Jonathan to sing this, and he said, "Yes, I'll sing this."
And I made it up then.
And, well, you'd forgotten that actually you've only ever done it with a backing track, so you had to make it up on the spot. But actually, can I say that arrangement is beautiful, and is that the one that's going to be on the
That is
album?
more or less the recorded version that we have when we spent 24 minutes in, and I have to tell you, we've been I did 6
We've been
days
working
on the
very
straight,
hard
working
this
very
week.
hard. It's why I fell asleep with the umbrella. All right. Now this is for Popalicious. This is my granddaughter, and she's been around the last couple of days. And,
So why were you holding it when you were asleep?
do you know what?
I
And
think
it's
I think you sat down in the middle of tidying up. Yeah.
Because once we've been poppied, which she gets out every toy known to man, in every room.
She gets me to make a tent for
gets
her, so I demolish the sofa in order
And
to
so,
make her a tent.
and then they all go, bye then. And the next 4 hours, we're putting our house back together again. But she's such a delight. And Lily, beautiful Lily, who's only 7 months?
8 months old
now.
this week.
Yeah, so there we are. Anyway, I've been in the studio. Matt has been with me, eldest son, and we've been with Mark on piano, Arnie on bass, and Darren on drums, producing. Well, you may have heard something of it at the beginning there. We just put a little demo for you to hear what's going to be for that song, Smile. Those of you who tuned in early, did anybody notice that?
And I think Rachel said she's going to put it on at the end as well. So those of you who missed the version of Smile at the beginning, then we're going to put it on at the end.
And you can listen. And this is just before. This means the pre-mix. It means that we haven't got anywhere near finishing it. But I just wanted you to hear it, to see what we're doing. And that's going to be on the album pretty much as it is, I think. Possibly bits and pieces. But it's been a great week, and we worked very hard, and we've got 2 tomorrow to do. Sue's coming in to sing Go Peaceful and The Lord Bless You and Keep You With
tomorrow.
Me. And she's going in with Matt and Nick, who are going to do some backing vocals. And then I've got to do Jerusalem, Jerusalem, sing for the night is o'er. Penultimate one on the album, and that's one. And the other one we're going to record tomorrow is God on high, hear my prayer. He's young. Oh, that one. And those are the 2 we're doing. And they're quite heavy songs to record. We'll sing those towards the end of the day, hopefully. Now, I think, actually, I'd like to do a song for... Sorry.
Sylvia.
Yes, that's what I'm going to do now. So,
hello, Sylvia. Good to have you with us.
Had an operation. Are you with us? Has she signed in?
Yeah, she signed in earlier. So hopefully you're with us. Sylvia.
Hello, Sylvia.
Welcome.
Nice to see you. And I hope you're managing to move around a bit more now. You've had the op. And we wish you all the best. We've got lots of noise outside.
Shall I
Could
shut
you
the window now?
Shut the window, please. And you always, Sylvia, you always ask for Gershwin. So I'll try and be vocal and sing this one. Summertime. What's going on? Sorry? Deliveries from Amazon. This is the middle of a show. Would you? It's exactly my point. They're not even for us.
He's just delivered them to the wrong house. Right, go back to summertime.
Sylvia, it's Sunday night. It's 8:30, and Amazon are delivering.
Not even for us either.
I know.
For the neighbour.
Are there any other interruptions or any other things you want?
I don't know. I thought I might order a few things while I'm here.
And as it's such it's a late summer, we're going to have a few summer days of 30 degrees, 28 to 30 degrees. We're going to be in the studio. You're going to be out enjoying it. But just enjoy these last few days. And the living is his fish are trembling, and the cotton is high. Oh, your daddy's summertime, and the living is easy. Fish are jumping, and the cotton is high. Your daddy's rich, and your ma is so good looking. So hush, little baby, don't you cry. One of these mornings, you're gonna rise up singing. You're gonna spread your wings and you'll take to the sky. Until that morning, there ain't nothing can harm you. With your daddy and mammy standing by. Summertime and living is easy. Fish are jumping and the cotton is so very, very high. Your dad is rich and ma is so good looking. So hush, little baby, don't you cry. So hush, little baby, don't you cry. So hush, little baby, don't you cry.
Very good, very good.
Yeah, I thought that was quite good, but then...
Yep.
Look, here's one that I really don't want to sing, but this is for David Goodwin, and because David Goodwin he just sees an umbrella, thinks I'm singing in the rain, and so he says, "Can I have that one?" I realised, you know what? I think I would make. Look,
Excuse
what?
me. David's having a procedure tomorrow.
Oh,
You be nice to him.
oh,
You
look,
be nice to him. He's having a procedure tomorrow.
You
So
having a
it's
proce-
just
Look, David, I love you, okay?
just singing his song.
Do you know what? I could do it for you if you want me. I've got a little sharp knife. I can do something now. I can pop over, you'll be done. I don't even know where it is, but I'll do it. Okay, right. I do ba do boo da buddy buddy do ba do ba do da ba do again. Oh ba do boo ba do
Sing along, everyone.
I do ba do. I feel. Did I tell you that I really feel like a low class. Let me just tell you right now, okay? Like I feel like if I was stuck under the bridge at Westminster, right, with a piano going, and people going, "Could you sing? I'm singing in the rain."
Oh, stop making a fuss.
All right then, all right, lovely, lovely. I'm singing in the rain, just singing in the rain. Oh, what a glorious feeling! I'm happy again, with a smile and laughing at clouds so dark up above. The sun's in my heart and I'm ready for love. I let the storm clouds chase everyone from the place. I'm on singing, oh, I'm singing in the rain. But everybody, I'm singing in the rain. I'm singing in the rain. What a glorious feeling. I'm happy again. With a smile on my face, I walk down the lane. I'm singing with a happy frame, just singing in the singing, just singing. Oh, I'm singing, just singing. Oh, I'm singing. Could somebody stop me? Singing in the rain. Doo-dum. That's little tiddly rain.
And there's another rainy song you need to sing.
What's that?
I can see clearly now.
Now this one is for Roy.
For Roy, who's had his operation on his eyelids this week.
Now I can't remember the words, but here we go. I think it's I can see clearly now, the rain is gone. I can see all obstacles in my way. Gone are the dark clouds that had me blind. It's gonna be a bright sunshine day. Let's do it again. I can see clearly. I can see clearly now. The rain is gone. I can see all obstacles in my way. I got all the dark clouds that had me blind. It's gonna be a bright sunshiny day. It's gonna be for you, Roy. It's gonna be a bright sunshiny day. Last time. Sing it, Sally. Gonna be a bright sunshiny day. I've got to stop. But that was for Roy. He has his eyes operated on this week, and if those of you have seen him,
everyone can see his sparkling eyes now.
His sparkling eyes. He's all very sparkly. They've now glued them open permanently, like this. He looks permanently happy.
Or surprised.
One or the other. Okay, just a little call we're going to make now. Okay, here we go. Get standby for your phone. Oh no, it's gone off here, Sue.
Hang on, I'll just switch it on.
Thank you. Let's hope they answer.
Probably not answering because they don't want to interrupt.
Yeah, so I'm ringing you right now. If you're listening to this, I'm ringing you, and it's ringing.
If your phone is ringing, answer it.
Answer it.
Hello?
Is that Erica Clegg?
Hello?
Hello, is that Erica?
Hello? Hello?
Hello, Erica, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Can you go in the other room?
I'm answering.
Is that all right?
Yeah. Yes.
Right.
Yes, it is.
Right, Erica, this is Jonathan Vera here.
Yes.
How are you doing?
Hello, doing great, thank you.
Great. I'm sorry, there is a delay
We're
between when
enjoying
you
it.
phone and there was a delay on the line, okay? So that's why you had to go into another room. Erica, I phoned because I wanted to say happy birthday to David, who's 80, I think, on the 16th. Is that correct?
The 15th.
15th. I'm sorry, I wrote it down
Tuesday
wrong.
the 15th.
Tuesday the 15th. Right, so it's
Yes,
coming
it is.
up, and it's a happy birthday for him. How's he feeling?
Old.
Can he come to the phone, do you think?
I should think he could. Shall I call him?
I'd love to hear him. Love to hear him
David?
speak. Yeah.
He's coming.
Excellent.
I'll let you into a secret.
Go on then.
We always sit in bed and watch you. So he's sitting there in bed with the iPad on a tray. so I'm glad this is not
video as
it's
well.
only a sound.
I'm glad. I don't want to see him in his pajamas, Erica.
Well, you'd be so lucky.
Excellent.
He's here beside me now. I'll hand the phone over.
Excellent. David?
Hello.
How are you, David? Happy 80th nearly.
Thank you very much. I'm surprised and flabbergasted, but very pleased to talk to you.
Thank you, David. David, it's a pleasure. When I saw it was your birthday, 80,
Special birthday.
you know, I'll be very happy, to be honest, if I reach 30. So, you know, but are you having a lovely evening?
Yes, we had church in the open,
Yes.
and it was great.
Was it good to get back to see
Last
people?
time we saw you,
Yes.
It was at
The Abbey.
the Abbey.
Oh,
That
my goodness.
really bad Christmas,
New Year.
New Year, when everybody was going down.
We were.
All very
It was.
poorly.
With the dreaded lurgy.
It was. I got so ill that week. I got so ill. David
Yes.
Bracewell, who was with me, who was doing this. He didn't get ill at all. He stayed in his room. He preached, and he went back to his room. I got ill because I mixed with everybody, and that was that. That was the way it was.
I just about managed to drive her home.
Oh my goodness! Did you then? Were you ill after that?
I think I got it off you. I had breakfast with you one morning.
Don't you blame me? It was the cornflakes. Was it over the cornflakes? Is that what did it?
Probably, yes.
Excellent.
I'm not saying a word.
No, all right. Well, David, have you got
Dare
any?
we say
Go on.
that the time before that we met you,
Yes.
if I just say
Tamworth.
Tamworth,
Oh my goodness, Tamworth.
One of the 13 people.
Yeah, one of the 13 people. I think actually I remember that. Oh my goodness, that was not a good.
There's
that
about
was not
a
a good
dozen of
occasion.
us.
One of
who
those
could
where I
ever
turned.
forget? It was wonderful.
Yeah, you enjoyed it.
And you said, I could be singing to you in my front lounge. And now we're joining you in your Steinway room. So there you go.
Little did I know how prophetic that would turn out to be.
Exactly.
Well,
But
look,
it was a wonderful evening, nevertheless.
thank you. Have you got any plans for Tuesday? I know the rule of 6 and all of that, but have you got any plans for Tuesday?
We're going out, aren't we, for a meal with some
Yes.
old friends.
Excellent.
Yes, we're going to have a meal, isolated as
Yes.
much as we can,
Excellent.
and meet old friends.
That's what you do on your birthday. That's lovely, actually, isn't it? You can.
One of my sons took me on a train journey yesterday.
Oh, fantastic! Where did you go? Where did you go?
I'm a railway enthusiast.
There's another one here called Peter Day, Peter and Louise Day. They're terrible railway enthusiasts, as indeed is Pete Jewell, who's also listening, and he's a railway enthusiast, and he's a steam engine enthusiast particularly. So you're in good company.
Yes.
So look,
So am I. My father was an engine driver many, many, many moons ago.
Oh my
and,
goodness. That's lovely. Look, David, we've got to get on with the show. I just wanted to say happy birthday for Tuesday. And Erica, I'm going to sing a song for you now. And happy birthday.
Thank you. We'll go back to our other room now.
Go back to the other room and we'll sing happy birthday to you. And
Not
then
the Steinway.
on the set.
Crawl
Exactly.
back into bed.
Okay, I'll back into bed. Yes.
Thank you so much, Jonathan.
God
It's
bless
made
you.
his day.
It's been lovely. God bless now.
God bless you, and
Bye-bye.
thank you for all
Bye-bye.
you're doing for us all.
It's a
Thank
pleasure.
you.
Thank you, my darling. Bye-bye. So, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear David. Happy birthday to you. And I think what he wanted was... I hope you're ensconced back in bed, David. Here is love, vast as the ocean, loving kindness as the flood. When the Prince of Life, our ransom, shed for us his precious blood, who his love will not remember, who can cease to sing his praise, he can never be forgotten throughout heaven's eternal day. On the mount of crucifixion, fountains opened deep and wide. Through the floodgates of God's vast and gracious tide, grace and love like mighty rivers, poured incessant from above, and hence peace and perfect justice kiss the guilty world in love. Oh, grace and love like mighty rivers, poured incessant from above, and hence peace and perfect justice kiss the guilty, kiss the guilty world in love. Been one of those weeks, isn't it? And yet once again we go into that place where we're not sure. One of these things about these evenings is that I just speak as I feel. Okay, now that's not always good. That's not always. Sometimes people say, "Well, I don't agree, and I don't like this, and I don't like that," and that's perfectly okay. But I think what happens is I find that our minds are knocked back. We get yet another announcement. We see some more bad news. The implications for many people, for example, for Gillian up in the Midlands.
Yeah, people in Birmingham are suddenly finding themselves locked down. People in Scotland, people all over are
but particularly
struggling.
Birmingham and Leicestershire
and Bolton.
Bolton. And suddenly, all the things that were the secure things. And I looked at my granddaughter last night. It was a rare privilege I had of being able to. She asked if I would put her to bed, and it was one of those things I miss. You as parents will know exactly what I mean. I miss those moments. Of all the missed moments that I miss, it's those most moments. And we sat. I got her ready for bed. We've got pajamas on, and then we've had the story, and she's snuggled in. Not even aware that she's snuggling in. She's getting into that nighttime routine, and she's only 3.5, and she's chatting away, and she's telling me the story, and from the book, and then we say prayers, and it's that moment when I looked into her eyes, and I thought. When I looked into my children's eyes, which seemed only 2 minutes ago, and Matthew, her father, he's 33 coming up now. And that's 30 years ago when I looked in, and I thought there was so much hope, and the children had so much hope that they were going out into this wide world without masks, where we could see people's faces. And for a lot of people who are deaf, older people who cannot read faces anymore, they can't hear what's behind here like this. Sue's mother, I feel desperately for her. She's stone deaf in one ear, partially deaf in the other, and she has dementia. And actually, she doesn't remember anything. She's totally confused. Like so many thousands and thousands of elderly people who, it looks like, will spend their last days in misery and isolation and loneliness and away from their family. And so what does this evening have to do with that? And 23 concerts ago, this is 24. We started, and I always remind you, we started by accident. Okay. Now, those of you who don't believe in accidents, but believe in God incidences, which we do, some people don't, and I perfectly accept that. But what this has been about is through music, through a bit of silliness, storytelling, bit of fun, and requests and dedications and phoning people like Erica and David Clegg and just putting a smile on their face, it actually revives hope. Because of anything else that we can offer, and when I was doing my concerts, that's what I always used to talk about. I like to use the 4-letter word beginning with H, hope. That's the one I like to use, and go and give people, as they go through their lives, a little bit more hope. And one thing that Lucas over in Australia, he talked about love, and it's the love that we share amongst people, and that's what staggered most people in the community. You're acting like a church should act. You're caring for each other, whether people are in your community or not, whether they share your faith or not. You're just caring for those people, and that's what. If I'm going to just do this little bit of sermonizing, that's what I'd like you to keep doing in the JV group. Share this concert. So as we go into further lockdown, as we go into autumn, that we get more and more people, more and more thousands of people watching during the week, going towards Christmas, so that we actually, again, we share hope with people for 2 hours on a Sunday, which extends out over the week, and I don't have control of that. It's not something I have. I was unhappy, and I've got to tell you right now, I was unhappy with the name, the JV Community, because I don't like it. Strangely enough, I'm not an egomaniac. I'm not. And I don't like anything that I've got feet of clay. I make huge mistakes in my life. I mess up. Don't say yes to it. Could you not do so quickly on that one? But if it helps you to bond together, then that is what this group is about. Faith or no faith, it remains that. It will not become a church group. It's not a church. It's not a substitute church.
I think the emphasis is on the word community.
Community. That is what it is.
Not the JV
community.
bit, the community.
Now, we share songs of faith, and I'm never backing down from that, and I will always talk faith. I will even pray a prayer at the end. We will always do that. But it is not your local church, and I'm not trying to be. So that's important. But we show community to each other in how we care for each other through prayers said, thoughts given, words shared during the week, and it's no more exemplified than the work that Claire and Rachel are doing on our behalf to make sure that you can have this evening. And it's not a concert. It's not a concert. All right. Now, to that end, it's not. I always use when I'm doing my concerts out and when I used to earn money. When I used to sing and people paid me, it was that kind of, that relationship with money I had. It was extraordinary. It existed for 36 years. And then suddenly, so we bless you again for all that you contribute. Remember, it doesn't need loads of you to give loads. It just needs quite a lot of you to give a tenner. That's it. That's all. We don't require a huge amount of your weekly cash. £10 to get into like an admission ticket for this, or £5 or whatever you can afford. Whatever you can afford, or if you can't afford it,
that's fine.
We bless you and we just say thank you for joining us. This one, it is well. And for, do you know who?
Yes, this was requested because for lots of people this week, you can tell you've been looking at the community site. Lots of people have been sharing that they've got difficulties and problems and health problems and sadnesses and so on. So this seemed to be a good one to sing for all of you, written by someone who had a lot of problems, a lot of difficulties, and as he was travelling over this part of the ocean where he lost his family, he was able to write these words, which I think is an incredible story.
When peace like a river attendeth my way, when sorrows like sea billows roll, whatever my lot, thou hast taught me to say, it is well with my soul. It is well with my soul. It is well with my soul. Though Satan should buffet, though trials should come, let this blessed assurance come true, that Christ has regarded my helpless estate and has shed his own blood for my soul. It is well with my soul. It is well with my soul. I see all the bliss of this glorious thought. My sin not in part, but the whole is nailed to the cross, and I buried no more. Praise the Lord, praise the Lord, oh my soul. It is well with my soul. It is well with my soul. Oh, Lord, haste the day when my faith shall be signed. The clouds peer roll back as a scroll. The trumpet shall sound, and the Lord shall descend. Even so, it is well with my soul. 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 When peace like a river when peace like a river forgotten how it starts. Forgotten.
Which one you're trying to do?
Oh love, that will not let me go. I rest my weary soul in thee. I give thee back the life I owe, that in thine ocean depth its flow may richer full be, may richer full be. Oh, light that follows on my way, I yield my flickering torch to thee. My heart restores its borrowed ray, that in thy sunshine's blaze this day may brighter fair be, may brighter fairer be. Oh, perfect love, unchanging love, oh, love that will not let me go. Oh, perfect love, unchanging love, oh, love that never lets me go. Oh, joy that seekest me through pain, I cannot close my heart to thee. I trace the rainbow through the rain, and feel the promise is not vain, that morn shall tearless be, that morn shall tearless be. Oh, perfect love, unchanging love, oh, love that will not let me go. Oh, perfect love, unchanging love, oh, love that never lets me go. O cross that liftest up my head, I dare not ask to fly from thee. I lay in dust life's glory dead, and from the ground there blossoms red life that shall endless be, life that shall endless be. Oh, perfect love, unchanging love, oh, love that will not let me go. Oh, perfect love, unchanging love, oh, love that never lets me go. Who's that for?
That was particularly requested for Steve on your birthday this coming Wednesday, I think, Steve. So happy birthday, dear friend, for this coming Wednesday. I'd also like to...
And for his father.
And for his father.
I remember.
And just a few other people I would like to mention, because that song, I think, says it all, that God's love will not let us go. So Dan Bellamy, your birthday was last Thursday, and
Happy birthday,
so
Dan.
happy birthday for last Thursday, but
Happy
also
birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Daniel Bellamy. Happy birthday to you.
and then Valerie, you have a procedure coming up this Thursday, a couple of nights in hospital probably, so God's love will not let you go. And also, particularly for the Hicks family, we know that you've got your father's funeral this week, David, and you've also got your uncle's funeral this week, so we just
There's
say
a lot
that
going
song says it all. God's love will never let you go.
Right, here we go, and I'm just going to phone my special guest tonight. Here we go. And she's standing by, I know. Well, I hope she is. I hope she's not having a barbecue or something. She takes ages to answer the phone, doesn't she? You take ages to answer the phone, Lisa Ashton.
Oh, I'm so sorry, Jonathan Vera.
And this is her, ladies and gentlemen. It's the lovely. Give her a big round of applause. Bam, 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 bam. The crowd go wild. There are thousands. Big round of applause. Can we hear big claps?
Welcome.
Right. Look, they're all going mad for you. They
Fanfare,
loved you
fanfare.
last time. No, okay, fanfare. We've had your fanfare. That's enough. Now calm down. Hello, Lisa. Hello, lovely Lisa. Do you know?
Hello, lovely Jonathan. Hello, lovely Sue. Hello, everyone.
Yeah, and that you are one of our, over these 23, 24 nights now, you were one of our favourite our guests, and we've had some really lovely guests, and they've been all, people so appreciated, people coming in or being there on the phone. Lisa, how are you doing?
I'm doing really well, thank you, Jonathan, and thank you so much for inviting me back on again. And a big hello to all your lovely listeners. I felt so honoured to be part of your kind of, Jonathan, I know you hate the word, the Jonathan Vera community.
You understand.
But I do feel like I've been taken in by your lovely supporters and followers and just embraced by you all through these like quite dark times, really, aren't they?
They really are.
So thank you for that.
I'm just nearly choked on a glass of water, sorry. So, we've taken you in, Lisa, because, and I think this is one of the things you're one of the early guests who just spoke from the heart, and you spoke with passion and reality, and actually everything else for me paled into insignificance. And I loved what you've done. I love the way, just literally in. Can you pray, see, for those who weren't part of that wonderful evening? Can you just do it in about a minute? Tell them what you did and then what you do now.
Okay. Well, when I came on last time, I shared with you really about how I came to start the Winnie Mabaso Foundation, which is a charity working in South Africa, predominantly supporting children, particularly those who are living with HIV, and the wider community, so a deeply underprivileged community living in townships in the south of Johannesburg. And at the time, it was kind of towards the start of the lockdown, really, and the community were really, really struggling. We usually run a feeding station once a week to feed the community, and we were unable to do that, so we put a plea out for people to help us buy grocery packs that would feed a family of 4 for a whole month, £20 for a grocery pack to feed a family of 4 for a month. And your community so got behind that. And I'm absolutely delighted to tell you that since I was last on the show, we've now been able to distribute almost 3,000 grocery packs.
Unbelievable. That is just...
I know, it's astonishing. So a big thank you.
I mean, that makes such a difference to people to know. I think we've got pictures going up, haven't we, right now, of these things. And I know that when people can see they make a difference, literally on the ground, then it makes a lot of difference to the way that they give themselves. It's often, if they give an amorphous amount of money to an amorphous charity that they never see, and they see the director driving around in a Mercedes, then it's very difficult. And I mean that. I mean, that's why I think people got behind you, because they saw that what you were doing could make a big difference. And it does make a difference.
Well,
Well,
what you have done has made a big difference. So,
well, I think actually
thank you.
Well, it's
thank
community,
you to
isn't
everyone.
it? It's community. It's what community does. It reaches across the oceans, and it just says people need, and we can help.
Absolutely.
That's it.
Absolutely.
Can I just say that I mean, that's brilliant news. I just wanted to kind of I must just ask you about this because you did talk about it when we had this little moment with Premier Radio recently. You told Sue a story that made me laugh out loud, and look, I know I like this kind of thing. All right, I'm sorry, people, I like this kind of thing. And I asked you whether you were willing to tell the story. Now, just in Lisa, in a previous incarnation, she worked for the BBC for 20 years, something like that. So she was a senior producer for BBC Radio 2. And so tell them in your own words what happened.
Okay. Well, it was a Sunday morning. I was producing Good Morning Sunday for Radio 2, and it's when Aled Jones was the presenter of the programme. Yeah. And it in the morning, and I had decided to play James Blunt's "You're Beautiful," really lovely song, and we played the song, and just as it started, right towards the start of the song, Aled leapt up from his seat and took his headphones off and said to me, "Lisa, he's just sung the F word." And I said to him, "Stop winding me up, Aled. It's too early in the morning to be playing games like that." And as I said it, I saw messages start appearing on Twitter and on Facebook. Oh, no. And what I hadn't realised is that there are two versions of You're Beautiful. There's the album version, and then there's the the airplay version. And of course, I had played the wrong version. So I was absolutely mortified that on a Sunday morning before 8 a.m., I think I'm the only person in history who's managed to broadcast the F word on a religious programme before 8 a.m. So, yeah, I think I've gone down in the history books for that one, Jonathan.
Did you go to the canteen later?
I was so upset that I'd managed to do that. After we came off air, Terry Wogan's show used to be on after hours, and I was literally in tears at the end of the show, and Aled was trying to console me, and Terry Wogan had heard it on the car on the way in. So as soon as he walked into the studio, he just took one look at my face and just said, well, worse things have happened, gave me a big hug. Yes. And I think actually he really fought my corner because he could see that it was a genuine mistake, and I was absolutely mortified. So yeah, thank you, Sir Terry. You kept me in work.
What a nice man. Oh no, and I can feel. People all over the country and all over the world now listening to that story are going cold. Okay, we do. Listen. We do when we're doing live shows. When we were doing operas and things like that, there were so many things that went wrong live, and that when they did, I think there was a story that I think I told when I was. I'm going to cut it short, but I was working at Glyndebourne doing Don Giovanni, the opera Don Giovanni, and. I was singing my first aria, and really big aria, 6.5-minute aria, and I started Madamina, il catalogo è questo, delle belle che muore il padrone mio, un catalogo che fatti. And I'd walked on, and I thought, there's no conductor. Where's the conductor? Because you normally you see it in the screens. You don't look down at the pit. You see it in the television screens facing the stage, so that you keep the drama alive. And I thought, there's nothing on the TV screens. Never mind, just keep going. And so I kept going, and I kept going for about 4 minutes. I'm cutting a very long story short. And I suddenly looked down, and as I saw, he had been bending over. That's why he wasn't part of the camera. And he fell into the violas, okay? And they moved, they dodged, and carried on playing. And he collapsed into the pit. So I'm thinking, and I could see it, but nobody else could see it. So it's like, what do I do? So I carried on for another 2 minutes, and eventually I got to the second section of the aria, and I thought, he's going to die. We've got to get him out. We've got to get him out there. Because the orchestra kept on playing, the LPO, and so I thought, the poor man. So I walked forward in my 17th century costume. And this was all you can see it. Actually, if you search on Google, you can see this. I walked forward and I said those inimitable words. I said, "Hello, everybody. My name's Jonathan Vera, and I wonder, is there a doctor in the house?" And it being Glyndebourne, they went, "Well, no, we've got accountants, but no doctors. We can't afford, you know." And anyway, went back. They brought the steel curtain in, and the stage manager said to me later on, she said, "When you walked forward," she said, "I saw you on the camera. I thought, he's finally lost it." Those were her exact words. He's finally lost it. Went back to speak to the conductor, and the conductor's lying there, and he'd had some long-term illness that he hadn't spoken about. And he conducted, and he's lying on the sofa, just recovering. And he was French, and he said, "So Jonathan, what happened?" I said, "Well, you collapsed into the violas." And he said, "Well, they deserve this." And then so he's saying this, and then he said, how long did you?" And he was very soporific. He said, "How long did you keep on going?" And I said, "For about 4 minutes." And he sprung upright and he said, "Without me?" And then next thing, I had to then do the whole thing all over again. Things happen live, and that's what we like live. Anyway, now.
But the show must go on, Jonathan.
It must, and you're here with us now. And I'm going to get you to talk a little bit about, and this fantastic, I want some lovely stories if you've got any. What we do is we'll sing "When You're Down and Troubled," because we're going to record this. We've recorded it already, and tomorrow, so we're going to get this thing out to you very soon. Those of you who are in the virtual choir who are going to be singing this, we're arranging it for you and sending it out as soon as we can. Okay, now here it goes. Lisa, just stay on the line and join in. I don't know what your singing voice is like. Are you rubbish? I don't know.
I won't join in. My husband would never forgive me.
Well, no, that might be another piece of great radio. Anyway, when you're down and troubled, and you need some love and care, and nothing is going right. What is it? Hold your head together. Oh, yes. And soon I will be there. Never remember the words. To brighten up even your darkest night. And you'll sing this bit, not this bit, wait. You just won. Call out my name, and you know wherever I am, I'll come running to see you again. Winter, spring, summer, or fall, all you gotta do is call, and I'll be there. Yes, I will. You've got a friend. That's right. Da, 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 da. If the sky above you grows dark and full of clouds, and that old north wind begins to blow, keep your head together now and call my name out loud, and soon I'll be knocking at your door. Sing it together, but wait for it. You just won. Call out my name, and you know wherever I am, I'll come running to see you again. Winter, spring, summer, or fall, all you gotta do is call, and I'll be there. Yes, I will. Now, ain't it good to know that you've got a friend when people can be so cold? They'll hurt you and desert you your soul if you let them, but don't you let them. You just call out my name, and you know wherever I am, I'll come running to see you again. Winter, spring, summer, or fall, all you gotta do is call, and I'll be there. Yes, I will. You've got a friend. Oh, darling, you've got a friend. Oh, darling, you've got a friend. My sweet darling, you've got a friend. And all you're going to do is keep singing this. You've got a friend. You've got a friend. We'll put in a little surprise moment for you. You've got a friend. At this point, your pictures will be appearing. You've got a friend. You've got a friend. You've got a friend. And there'll be a big collage then of everybody, hopefully all of you together.
Lovely.
That is what Nick's going to be doing. So, that's great. Now, thank you, Lisa, for waiting. Did you sing? Did you hum along?
I was humming along, grooving here.
Well, actually, it is very funky. We've got a real 70s Motown beat to this, so it's really quite fun. Anyway,
Yeah, it's
Lisa,
lovely.
Lisa, enough of this frivolity. We want to talk to you about Mombasa. So, areas for chat, really. We've got the update on the grocery deliveries. You've got 3,000 plus going out. Are they continuing?
Yes, they are. And it's really important for them to continue as well, because lockdown's still in place. I mean, it has relaxed somewhat from last time I spoke to you, but unemployment is a massive problem.
Massive.
And people are hungry. That's the reality of it. If I could show you some of the messages I get on Facebook Messenger from people in the communities that are just saying, look, please help me. I went to bed last night. My children haven't eaten for 2 days. I've been awake all night worrying about them. Please, can you help me? I've had messages from people that need to take their medication. So diabetics who really need to be eating to take their insulin. So they've got their medication, but they haven't got any food to eat. So they're asking for help. People that have just had babies that don't have diapers for them or any formula, and I mean the list goes on. It's heartbreaking. It really is.
Actually, I think it's really important for people to get to grasp the fact that they cannot solve all of the problems. They can only change one person at a time, and
absolutely.
That's otherwise it becomes so. Don't you sometimes get overwhelmed with it, or do you not? Are you just You just seem to be, such a positive person, and you're going forward. And tell me.
No, there are times that I get overwhelmed, Jonathan. And I don't know if you remember, but I've got a tattoo on my wrist of a starfish.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And that story came from the story of the starfish, which I'm sure you're familiar with.
Tell it to the listeners. We know it, but
a man was walking along a beach, and littered on the sand were hundreds and hundreds of starfish that the sea had brought in. And in the distance, he saw a little girl walking along the beach and picking up the starfish and throwing them back into the ocean. And he called out to her and he said, look, why are you bothering? Why are you throwing those starfish back into the ocean? You're not going to be able to save them all. There's hundreds of them. And as she bent down and threw another starfish back into the ocean, she called out to him, I've made a difference to that one. And I had the tattoo of the starfish put on my wrist one Friday evening when, pre-COVID, we used to be able to do our Friday night feeding station. Yeah. And we'd literally fed hundreds of people. But as our van was leaving the camp where we worked, I looked in the side mirrors and I could see two children running after the bus, our truck, with two little empty bowls, and we had nothing to give them. Oh. And I got back to the orphanage and I absolutely broke my heart, because I could just picture these 2 kids going to bed hungry and, with these little bowls running after us. And that was the night that a friend shared with me the story of the starfish. And I've never forgotten that. No. So times when it does feel overwhelming, that's what I just remind myself. It is one at a time. It's one at a time.
Yes. And actually, that's the only... And I think, actually, with this community, we're not millions. We're just a few hundred, a few thousand people who are watching this across the world. There are people in so many different countries, and they can help. Mm-hmm. And I ask you, if you're in Canada or in America or in Bermuda, who we pray for at the moment because they've got a tropical storm, I believe that's coming. But if you're there and if you're thinking, can I make a difference, that these £20 packets, they do make a difference. And when I worked for charities, I went out to Addis Ababa and I saw what one packet of rice could do for a family, and it was transformative, and how that can do. So we've got the issues with food, which we can I think we can help you with that. People can give directly to that. Have we got all the addresses are up? So because I would love, again, people gave in record amounts to this, and it was very moving to see. It
was, and I think what really touched me, Jonathan, is that we're at a time where everybody is struggling. People are losing their jobs. Yes. Here, not just in South Africa, but all around the world, people are being affected by this pandemic. Yes. And I think what has really moved me and touched me is that even when people have been struggling themselves, they've been putting their hands in their pockets to help others. Yeah. And that sense of, in South Africa, there's a lovely word, Ubuntu, which means humanity. Yes. And I think that's just been so evident in your community, the little Jonathan Vera community there. That spirit of Ubuntu, that spirit of humanity has been extraordinary. So, just a massive thank you again.
I think if we can, to be honest, Lisa, it's what I talked about just before we went, is that if we can mine that, amongst anything else that we do, kindness, it's that thing that Wordsworth says, and I always use it, that engage yourselves in little unremembered acts of kindness, little £20 acts of kindness. But if everybody was doing little unremembered acts of kindness, then what we'd have a tsunami of kindness, and that's what we're after, isn't it? It's a kindness from you to me, from you to others, and it goes round in a circle. And that's my heart. That's always been my heart. Talk to me about homeschooling and the orphanage lockdown. What's going on?
Yes. So as I say, that things have relaxed slightly in South Africa in terms of the lockdown. The curfew is still in place at night time in our particular area, but in the daytime, people are slowly, getting out and about, and there's a degree of normality coming back. Obviously, with social distancing and measures in place. One thing I've been very conscious of, though, is that our girls at the orphanage do have weakened immune systems, and we need to keep them as safe as possible. So we have kept our lockdown in place at the orphanage, which means that the children haven't gone back to school yet. Okay. So our house mothers are still homeschooling. And we've got a closed door policy. So basically, the team that are outside are still the ones that are buying the groceries and coming to the gate with the medication. But we have an amazing live-in team who are caring for all 23 children and homeschooling them. And the girls are doing really well, actually. I'm incredibly proud of them,
so
especially
they're
the little ones.
Educationally, they're doing well.
They're doing well, and I think they're really benefiting from that kind of one-to-one care that they wouldn't usually get at school. That said, I'm hoping that by the beginning of October, we'll be able to start allowing them to go back to school again, but with measures in place.
And what about the staff? What about the staffing? How are they doing?
Yeah, and the staff are just absolutely phenomenal. I mean, we're just so blessed to have them. These are people that have put their own lives on hold to protect our children. Yeah. And I think that has really, touched me that, these aren't people that just work for the Winnie Mabaso Foundation. these are people that really reflect Mabasso love and genuinely care for our children.
Yes.
And so have put their own lives on hold, for this period. So they've been amazing. Down at the camp, things have relaxed a little bit. So our preschool, which usually accommodates 30 underprivileged children, we've been allowed to allow 10 children back. So the 10 children that we selected to come back again are children that are going to be leaving us in December anyway to go up to primary school. So we thought it was important to prepare them as much as possible for starting school, in just a few months' time. Yes. So they came back last Monday, all 10 of them. So they were very, very giddy and very excited to come back. But even the little ones in South Africa have to wear masks. I know there's been a big thing about, should children wear masks at school or whatever. But in South Africa, children wear masks, full stop. So our preschoolers, who are all under 5 years of age, come in. They've understood social distancing. They've got their little masks on. And they're delighted to be back. But the preschool teachers have said to me, just that 6 months that they were away, bearing in mind these are the children that live in the township, not the children that live at the orphanage, because they haven't been getting an education without us being around. They've forgotten simple things like how to write their names down. They've forgotten number identification and colour identification. So all those things that they were doing really well with 6 months ago, they had forgotten a lot of that. So the preschool teachers have been focusing on that for the last week and doing their best to get them up to speed so that when they do when they move up to primary school in December,
there isn't a big gap.
They'll be prepared for it. Yeah.
I think there is. Well, there's evidence to say that's happened in this country as well. Huge amounts of evidence to say that, particularly amongst the poorer working class kids, that actually didn't get those were in private schools got taught and got taught well. And there's certain areas in the country who didn't. They just didn't get as much, and the teachers did as much as they could. But actually, the kids will suffer. But there you've got so many other factors apart from just education. You've got everything else, the township and everything else. You're opening up. What about the restart of? You talked about Friday night feeding stations.
Yeah, so we're hoping that within the next couple of weeks we're going to be able to start doing our Friday night feeding station again. So pre-COVID, we were feeding upwards of 850 people every Friday night. So usually what we do, and it was important for me to be able to do this because for all of our projects, the community come to us. On a Friday night, we used to enjoy going out into the community and serving the people with a hot meal. But we're going to have to do it slightly different, I think, just in terms of social distancing. So we're probably going to serve those, we are going to be serving those meals on our plot where our containers are. So that we can put down, we'll probably do it with spray paint on the floor so we can ensure people keep a 2 metre distance away from each other. And our staff will be masked up and wear their aprons and things. What we have been able to start doing in the last couple of weeks is on a Wednesday, we've been cooking a hot lunch for our lovely granny club. We have 25 ladies and one papa who come to us usually every Wednesday. We haven't been able to open Granny Club yet. Because obviously all of our projects are based in these containers, so containers aren't really conducive to social distancing. No. But we have been able to take hot meals to our grannies every Wednesday. So that's been lovely to be able to make sure that they're being looked after.
Can I ask you, just a good news story, any individual that comes to mind that, I'm putting you on the spot here, I didn't ask you this. But any good news thing that came through that you thought, in spite of all of this that's been going on, has happened during this time?
Oh gosh, so many, Jonathan.
Well, just give me one. I don't mind.
I think probably the one that comes to mind when you say that is we have an exceptionally clever little boy called Jeremy who attends our homework club usually. And he's a little boy that comes from a very underprivileged background, but academically he is so switched on and he has so much potential. And we were able to provide Jeremy with a tablet and remote Wi-Fi so that he was able to continue his schooling at home. And he's been sending me little essays and little bits of work that he's been doing completely off his own back while he's been at home or unable to go to school.
Don't you love children like that?
You know, he's 13. He's 13.
Goodness.
I keep telling you he's going to be president of South Africa one day.
Yes, that's what you're. I was just thinking that. I was thinking, is that presidential material?
Seriously, I mean, he's so articulate but he's got such a gracious spirit about him too. You know, he's a little boy, but he has this kind of maturity and sensitivity, and he's just a phenomenal little boy. So to have been able to help him,
yes.
through and that was a group of people, and as you say, it's small amounts. When lots of people get together and give small amounts, you're able to do things like this. So, and this was, from a post on Facebook. I said, I'd love to be able to do this from Germany for Jeremy, and within I think it was less than an hour, we'd raised the money that was needed for that tablet and Wi-Fi, and plus more than that. Yeah. So we were then able to take him groceries to share with his family as well. So I think this is where we are at. I think is this. Remember what I said earlier, which is we don't need people to give huge amounts. We just need a lot of people to give little amounts. And actually, that makes, and at that point, it means it's like a big puzzle, and they are part, and all the puzzle all fits together. You know, a 1,000-piece puzzle, and everybody plays their part. And without them, you couldn't do it, but actually, they all make a difference. And making this difference, you make a difference in what you're doing, Lisa, and you're making a difference in people's lives, and we love you for that. And you're doing it on our behalf. We're not doing it, you're doing it, and we're helping you to do it. We're helping you to function. I saw you'd raised some incredible amount, £155,000 or something. I know, that was from Tropic Skincare. Tropic Skincare are an amazing organisation, and they did a fundraiser for us, and they've raised money for us to be able to go totally off-grid and be solar-powered at the orphanage, which is just incredible. So, well, I mean, it's the kindness of strangers.
No, but it is the kindness of strangers. It's those little unremembered acts of kindness. Can you just say, finally, what would you like people to give? What can they do? What can you put a monetary value on? What, £20 or whatever they can do for a particular thing?
Yeah, I mean, if people want to continue helping us financially, then those £20 donations to buy grocery packs to feed a family of 4 for a month would be greatly, greatly appreciated. But also just all those lovely friend requests that I've had from people that are your supporters, Jonathan, that, as I say, have just welcomed me into your community. And the messages that people have sent me, they can sense, I think, if I'm having a tough day. And these, and as you know, I'm not a churchgoer myself, but
we're working on you, Lisa. We're working on you, okay?
But the little messages that I get from your community, from people that are saying, "Well, we're praying for you," or "We're thinking about you today," or just really lovely messages of encouragement, and they have meant every bit as much as the monetary donations. So thank you so much, all of you, that are listening.
Lisa, you are a friend to this programme, and that you will continue to be, and we will be, we'll always have you on because you're just such great value for money. And I want a few more failure stories from you and the BBC, please. All right? Okay, I don't want all this success stuff. I need a little bit of failure. All right, Lisa, you're blessed. And I know everybody just send up hearts and love to you, and we bless you and send you off with big kisses and hugs in Glossop. All right.
Well, love you both, Sue and Jonathan. Thank you.
Love you, Lisa.
God bless.
Speak to you soon. Bye bye.
When I feel I can't go on, I need to know that I belong. When everything right seems wrong, you carry me. When the road ahead is rough, I'm so close to giving up. I fall into your arms. You carry me. You watch over me, everything I say, every breath I make. I believe you watch over me, every step I take, every breath I make. I believe. Oh, I give all I am to you, and I trust you'll see me through. Deep down I know you've loved me from the start, and if all the world around me was to fall apart, I'd always have you as king of my heart. You made all the flowers grow. You're the footprints in the snow. When my strength has gone, you are the melody of every glorious song. You watch over me, every step I take, every breath I make. I believe you watch over me, every step I take, every breath I make. I believe. Oh, I give all I am to you, and I trust to see me through. Deep down I know you've loved me from the start. When I was lost, you found me, wrapped your loving arms around me. Deep down I know, deep down I know, you're king of my heart, king of my heart. Gosh, I haven't sung that one for a long time.
And that was a great suggestion by Chris Windmill. Chris suggested it because of so many people struggling, and some people not being able to put it onto the community site because of the difficulties that they're going through. And if that's you, then that song is definitely for you. I'd like to also mention Linda Carahan. You asked for dedication. I'm going to dedicate that one to you.
Across the changes through the years, eternal God, your love comes down to lead us on. So as we walk with you, our every step is holy ground. You are the God of endless love, the Lord of every time and place. You are the hope beyond our humanness. This is the promise of your grace. And we will seek to know you more in every word of every prayer, and you will keep your timeless faithfulness through every breath. You will be there. You are the God of endless love, the Lord of every time and place. You are the hope beyond our humanness. This is the promise of your grace. doubts and fears come closing in. We lean on you when strength may fail. And Father God, you pour your spirit down. The clouds will clear, the truth prevail. You are the Lord. Let's go get a bit of of every time and place. You are the hope beyond our humanness. This is the promise of your grace. Now, this is the hope for all the world. The nails that have God in our place. This is the love that brings forgiveness. This is the promise. This is the promise. This is the promise of his grace.
Sorry about that. Not paying attention clearly.
No, get off the phone for Amazon. I told you. She's now. What have we got? Is it? I think it's time for a
1:45.
quick advert.
Okay. Those of you good people who have not yet ordered one of or both of Jonathan's books, you're missing a treat. Lots of people have
Is in
been.
there. The one that I told today.
Yes.
Well, just
Thank you.
Just tell you.
So, those of you who've not read them and could really use a bit of a light-hearted romp through Jonathan's life, as it were, then these are the ones for you because they are very funny books and you can't put them down. And they make great gifts for people as well.
Yeah, buy them for your neighbour.
Yeah.
They're £8.
Actually, yes,
goodness.
£8. Nothing.
£8.
Absolutely nothing. A lot of people have just been writing that they loved King of My Heart. And if you want to know where it is written by our good friend Nick Battle. And it's on this one, It Is Well.
It Is Well.
Which has also got
It Is Well.
It Is Well on it. And Stars and
Stars
Oceans.
from Les Mis. And Oceans.
Yes.
And also...
It's a beautiful CD.
The song for you,
Wind Beneath My Wings.
You are the wind beneath my wings. That one.
Yep. What did you sing off this one? This was the Hymns Project 1.
Oh, yeah.
And yes, the beautiful version of Oh Love That Will Not Let Me Go is on that one, Hymns Project 1. And Hymns Project 2, of course, is the latest edition.
With the promise
in
of
that.
his grace.
And that's got the promise of his grace on it. Everything is £8, apart from the Hymns Project 2 stuff, which is £10. And it's all absolutely dirt cheap. So order them through the website, which is on your screens. You can see.
We will sign them.
Jonathan will sign them. Jonathan will dedicate them for a friend if that's what you would like. And I will get them out to you ASAP.
Because Sue can go to the post office. I think.
Yes, we're shielding, as you may remember, from Tuesday onwards. So
We can't see people.
I'm sure that I will have a son who will do the pickup and take to the post office, even if I can't go.
You can go.
So there we are. And if you would like to donate to Lisa's amazing work of Mabasso Love, then that's what you need to do. And Claire has been putting in the comments section how to do that. If you would like to continue to support us in our ministry, that would be wonderfully received. And you can either do that through the paypal.me/Jonathan Vera, all one word, or write to me. I will happily give you the bank details and you can send us a donation directly. We are unbelievably grateful for every £5, £10, £50, whatever that you
Literally.
send.
And that is the case.
It does see us
£5.
through each week. So thank you for being God's hands in that process. I
think it would be fine. I was saying to Pete Jewell today, who's coming to mending our shed, is falling to bits. It's got all our books and things in it. And we were saying, I had to remark, I said, if it wasn't, I don't know what we would have done.
No.
it would have been fairly
Well,
catastrophic.
Yes, it would have been
actually,
catastrophic.
had it not been for you lots. So
Thank you for being, as I said, God's hands. And as before, we give 25% of everything that you give us. We give away again, and we will put it into a fund, which is the You've Got a Friend fund.
We will be
which
doing
we
that.
are using as a way of blessing people that we know have needs.
And that has to be, and Colin, who's out there, and Adrian, I am getting onto this, and now I'll have 2 weeks. We can get onto it and talk about this on, and talk about it in detail about the You've Got a Friend fund. I would love to get that up and running. We've been blessing a few people, and we want to keep doing that as need increases, and as it will, as people become unemployed and benefits are cut or they're delayed and things like that.
And for those of you who don't remember, we're shielding because Jonathan has an angiogram in 2 weeks. So we've been told we have to shield and have a test and so on before he's, standard stuff really. So that's why. So
we're singing a couple of songs, and then we're going to go now. Just keep writing on the website. I don't answer on the closed group. If you want to join the group, then we approve your thing. Remember that in the group, it is you try and be respectful to everybody. It's not a place for open debate. Can you put that on the screen? Yeah, can you put it up on the screen? It's on the screen there, right?
Pointing it out.
And so, respectful to everybody. If you want to debate politics, that's not the place to do it. You can do that in your open Facebook. I've made political comments about Donald Trump or whatever. That's on my open page. On this community page, this is just for our community to ask for care, concern, just share a laugh as well. Yeah. It's not just for depressing times. No, it's just say I'm feeling good, and there's been some lovely things that have been written. So we're going to sing a couple of songs, and then we're going to. I've got to go to work tomorrow with Sue and the boys, and so we're off early to do that. So we're going to just sing these 2 songs, and the one song that Sue's going to be doing, she's going to do now. And see how we're doing, whether she's up to the task today. So, have you got the words?
I've got the words.
Right.
I'm trying to get them right this time.
Try and get them right this time. All right.
I'm definitely getting older. I can't remember words at all.
It won't be this version.
I know.
Go peaceful in gentleness through the violence of these days. Give freely, show tenderness in all your ways.
Through darkness, in troubled times, let holiness be your aim. Seek wisdom, let faithfulness burn like a flame.
God speed you,
God lead you,
and keep you
wrapped around his heart. May you be known
by love.
Be righteous, speak truthfully in a world of greed and lies. Show kindness, see everyone through heaven's eyes.
Lovely, Sue, lovely. God hold you, enfold you, and keep you
Wrapped around his heart.
May you be known by love. God hold you and fold you and keep you wrapped around his heart. May you be known, my love. Rounds of applause, because I think that was the best you've sung it. And you'll hear the new version all too soon. And you think of Sue, she's in the studio. No pressure, love, just fine.
I wasn't worried about it until he started going on about it.
It's an interesting process, and I think actually those of you who have done studio work know that as soon as I get in front of a microphone, you can have done everything right, and as soon as you put the mic on, you go, that's that. It's the kind of, you're on. But Sue has a very a pragmatic view of life, and I think it actually helps her along. So, and it's a lovely voice, and it sounds really good, actually.
Thank you.
It sounds bang on the money. We're going to sing the last song as normal. I am tired. Judy Steele, this is for you tonight, just to keep you calm this week. Okay.
For you and your son, we're thinking of you. We were going to sing something else, but I think this one's actually a good blessing for you.
Also, I will do Love Divine next week.
Mm-hmm.
Who was
for
that
Susan
for?
Partridge.
Susan Partridge. I will
I
do
think her
that
parents
for
had it
you.
at their wedding.
And how great they are for all from Angela. Who's that? Which Angela is that?
Angela Raby suggested that it would be a good song for the whole community, but next week it will
week,
also be a good
it'll
song
be a
for all
great
the
song for
community.
And I'm just seeing everybody's up there. We wish everybody a good night. And the Lord bless you and keep you. The Lord make his face to shine on you. The Lord bless you and keep you and give you his peace. The Lord bless you and keep you. The Lord make his face to shine on you. The Lord bless you and keep you and give you his peace and give you his peace. The Lord bless you and keep you. The Lord turn his face toward you. The Lord bless you and keep you. Be gracious to you. The Lord bless you and keep you. The Lord turn his face toward you. The Lord bless you and keep you and be gracious to you and be gracious to you. The Lord bless you and keep you. The Lord make his face to shine on you. The Lord bless you and keep you and give you God bless and see you next week.
Good night, everyone. Have a good week. And
you
keep
stay
those
tuned.
messages going.
Stay tuned. You'll hear the song
yes,
Smile with the band.
Absolutely.
God bless.
God bless. Bye.